Celebrity feuds, they always capture our attention and tend to take the world by storm. Now, when you put two of the biggest rappers together who had previous beef that was squashed, the tension could result in things getting heated again, which is what happened between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Drake and Kendrick have been making headlines recently, but I want to take you back to where it started. They first collaborated in the early stages of their careers in 2011 on Drake's album Take Care, and then did another collab a year later on Kendrick's album Good Kid, Mad City. Kendrick later dissed Drake and other rappers in 2013 in the song Control by Big Sean. He later clarified that the verse was intended to be seen as friendly competition. Their beef seemed to have reignited in fall of 2023 when J. Cole dropped these lyrics in his song First Person Shooter.
Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali.
Basically, J. Cole stated that he, Drake, and Kendrick are the big three artists in rap music. About 5 months later, Kendrick disagreed with J. Cole when he decided to rap about it in his verse on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That collab. Take a listen.
Think I won't drop the location, I still got PTSD, the big three. It's just big me.
J. Cole directly fired back at Kendrick with his song 7 Minute Drill, which he quickly apologized for, deleted, and had pulled from all streaming services. However, during his set at the Dreamville Festival, he explained that he felt conflicted about making it, calling it the lamest shit I ever did in my life. J. Cole goes on to say that he wanted the song to be competitive and friendly, but he said it just didn't sit right with his spirit. Meanwhile, Drake decided to take a more subtle route. During his concert, Drake assured fans that he was keeping his head high while not even mentioning Kendrick by name. Well, leave it to Drake's actual response to be leaked and later premiered by DJ Academics in the song Push Ups.
Pip squeak, pipe down, you ain't in no big three. Scissor got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down.
Now, if you take a listen to the full song, it's assumed that Drake is also taking jabs at Metro Boomin, Future, The Weeknd, and Rick Ross. A week later, Drake dropped an AI-assisted diss track called Tailor Made Freestyle, which included verses from the late Tupac as well as Snoop Dogg, two rappers that Kendrick is known to be influenced by. In it, Drake was accusing Kendrick of delaying his response track because Taylor Swift was getting set to drop her new album, The Tortured Poets Department, and we all know Kendrick collabed with Taylor on her song, Bad Blood.
Now you about to get it another week and fall back to homegirl for running numbers up. I would've refused for these industry relationships, she not in your shoes.
How crazy. That really sounds like Tupac, right? Well, Drake ended up having to remove that song from his social media pages because he was threatened to be sued by Tupac's estate for replicating his voice via AI. Snoop, on the other hand, responded by posting this video on his Instagram page.
They did what? When? How? Are you sure? Y'all have a good night. And to all.
Just about a week later, Kendrick dropped his diss track Euphoria, and this is where things got even messier. He unleashed a ton of allegations where he talks about Drake's rapping skills, the fact that he used AI, and he went off on his parenting, as well as his appearance and racial identity.
How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies, I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a bring back Puff, let me see if Chubbs really crashed something.
Now, the title of this diss track, which I mentioned was Euphoria, references the HBO series that Drake is an executive producer for. If you take a listen to the full 6.5-minute diss track, you hear that Kendrick teases that he'll go back to back with his tracks. Well, he sure did, because just a few days later, he dropped a follow-up diss track called 616 in LA, which is titled after a time and location. Kendrick continues by saying Drake's close ones are stabbing him behind his back when he dropped this lyric.
Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies, you must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
According to Billboard, some fans were left with their jaws on the floor after finding out that Taylor Swift's frequent collaborator, Jack Antonoff, was a co-producer on 616 in LA. Remember, Drake threw a dig at Kendrick in push-ups for working with Taylor. In fact, a Drake fan took to X to say Kendrick's new Drake diss track 616 in LA was produced by Jack Antonoff, aka Taylor Swift's producer. So this track literally is tailor-made. Okay, Kendrick, I see you. On the same day, Drake hit back with an 8-minute diss track and video called Family Matters, where he accuses Kendrick of allegedly beating his fiancée Whitney Alford, as well as sleeping with other women and being a fake activist.
Your baby mama captions always screaming, save me. You did it dirty all your life, you tryna make peace. I heard that one of them little kids might be Dave Freeze.
So, who is Dave Freeze that Drake is referring to? That's apparently Kendrick's manager, who Drake claims slept with Kendrick's baby mama and fathered one of their kids. Just a few minutes later, the beef got beefier when Kendrick dropped Meet the Grahams, which referenced Drake's legal name, Aubrey Graham. The track features Kendrick rapping directly to Drake's family members, including his 6-year-old son Adonis, his mother Sandy, and his father Dennis. In the third verse, Kendrick starts talking to a baby girl who doesn't have an active father in her life.
Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much but his music, yeah, that's for sure. He a narcissist, misogynist, living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own.
In 2018, rapper Pusha T accused Drake of hiding his firstborn that he welcomed with former porn star Sophie Brousseau on a track called The Story of Adidon.
Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real. Love that baby, respect that girl, forget she's a porn star, let her be your world.
Finally, in March of 2020, Drake shared the first photos of his son Adonis on social media. Now, Kendrick is claiming that Drake is keeping another one of his kids from the world, in addition to being an alleged pervert involved in sex trafficking and employing men who are allegedly sex offenders. Drake quickly took to Instagram with a bunch of laughing emojis to say, nah, hold on, can someone find my hidden daughter please and send her to me? These guys are in shambles. Not even 24 hours after Kendrick dropped Meet the Grahams, he doubled down and unleashed another diss track called Not Like Us, accusing Drake of liking underage girls and being an alleged pedophile.
Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him.
Kendrick even mentioned Drake's longtime friend by rapping Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophiles, and later in the song, he went so far as accusing the Toronto rapper of sleeping with Lil Wayne's ex while Wayne was in jail.
Wayne girl while he was in jail, that's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing.
Yep, you heard that right. Drake got who he calls his mentor and idol, Lil Wayne, tattooed on his left tricep. Kendrick went so far as to use an image of Drake's Toronto mansion marked with red pedophile markers as the cover art to his diss track. Now Drake's turn to hit back, and that's exactly what he did when he dropped The Heart Part 6 to shut down the rumor about having a secret daughter, as well as the speculation that he hooks up with underage girls. From what Drake is saying about this alleged child, he seems to have set up Kendrick to take the bait. And go ahead, take a listen.
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration.
Drake went on to say that Kendrick needs to learn to fact check things and be less impatient, and how Kendrick's fans will rejoice and think this is Drake's expiration. As for Kendrick's allegations saying that Drake is hooked up with young girls, he said he's never been with anyone underage and goes on to say this.
Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was f***ing young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message.
Whatever those deeper messages are, there's one thing for sure. Drake dropped a verse saying, "At least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I could motivate you." Kendrick hasn't come back yet with a new diss track. Amid all the feuding, Drake made headlines recently after there were gunshots fired outside of Drake's Toronto mansion in what witnesses described as a drive-by shooting. Drake's security guard ended up getting shot multiple times with one bullet striking his upper chest. He He was brought to the hospital in serious condition and underwent surgery. Police couldn't confirm if Drake was inside of the house at the time of the shooting. Now, despite the rapper's beef, police said it was too early in the investigation to determine a motive for the shooting, and as of now, Kendrick hasn't been linked to it. However, one day after the shooting, a man was arrested after trying to break into Drake's home. But it didn't stop there. Another trespasser was caught trying to access Drake's mansion. According to TMZ, the alleged trespasser got into an altercation with security before cops arrived, and he was taken to the hospital. With that said, the investigation continues. Whew, that was a lot of information, but let us know in the comments how you feel about this feud and if you think it's going to end soon or what side you're on.